Whoa, what just happened? Well, here we are at the end of this LP, so let's try to end on a high note. I would say something about those freaking beam enemies, but it's not the time to talk about normal enemies, it's time to talk about bosses. All that's left to do in this game is fight Doppler and Sigma, and here's Doppler. Doppler, what a letdown. At least he's still got that beard stroke going on. You'll notice that when you speed up the text, you also speed up his beard stroke. I don't know, kind of weird. So here we go. This fight is really disappointing. There's no redeeming fun qualities to this fight. You have to wait for him to not throw up that green shield right there, or else he'll restore health and just drag this extremely simple fight out longer. The one thing that's really annoying about this fight, though, is that sometimes when you fight him, like, he's invincible when he throws up that shield before he goes up into like flame charge mode, that thing. And I don't know why. I don't know why it is like that, but it is, and it's annoying when it happens. But thankfully it didn't happen this time. But you know what? In Doppler's defense, he probably never wanted to really fight X in the first place. I mean, he made a ton of robots that were supposed to fight you first, and I mean, they all just got smoked. What's he supposed to do? You came to him. I don't think he was out there looking for you. I mean, when you think about it, X really just like beat up an old man. Like the robot equivalent of an old man, but still. X was like built to be a fighting machine. It's not even fair. Well, here we are at the final stage of the game. Who's in those tanks back there? Do you remember this enemy? Do you remember where we've seen these bugs before? They were actually the very first enemy that we saw after the intro stage and Tunnel Rhino stage. You guys gonna go scatter around? They were those bugs that were holding the boulders at the very beginning of the stage, and if you let them fall, they'll go into that missile shooting pattern. So they're the first and the last enemies we'll be seeing. Kind of interesting how it happened that way. You might be thinking, wow, what a D-bag, showing off his elite air dash skills right there, but no. The truth is that after you've gotten to this section 30 times or so, you find out the fastest way to get up there for the sake of your own sanity. But I love this fight. I can't say enough about this fight. This is what if they released a game that was just like bosses like this, and the levels were like, I don't know, it's really freaking good, it'd be a great game. Like if someone made a ROM hack where all the Megaman bosses were like as hard as this guy, it'd be great. These fireballs are really fast, and there's about 10 steps to doing the whole process right there, but all you have to really remember is shoot, jump, dash if you want to do it like that. The shield here is really annoying because if you're not keeping a close eye on his health, then then you won't be paying attention when the first time he throws it, which is really annoying because it does quite a bit of damage. I fell asleep on that freaking shield like 10 times, man. Oh, jeez. But whatever. I was really happy when I finally got him perfect here. I was like, yes, thank God, this is it. And, so yeah, it's first form of Sigma. Great boss. Best boss in the game. Definitely. So, as is the trend of Sigma, he's got a first form, and then he's got a form with a gigantic body and a small head. And here we are. The most annoying thing about this boss is his small hitbox. You have got to aim high if you want to hit him, and you also have to use a charge shot. You can't get him with a regular shot. This boss is definitely more of a technical boss, where I would say the other boss is more of a twitch boss. Atrocious tongue twister. But yeah, as long as you're patient on this guy and you're not like button mashing, you know, Capcom punishes button mashers. You should be fine. But yeah. hear me getting mad. I getting hit by that one right there. But yeah, man, this fight's intense. Cause I mean, he's so big, and every shot you want to land, and you. But I'd say the best strategy is just to be safe and avoid those missiles at all costs, cause those hurt more than anything. If I would have gotten hit by one missile over one mine here, like if I would have substituted one mine hit for a missile hit, I probably would have ended up dead at the end of this. I think, and that would have been a pain in the ass. But yeah, that's Sigma. Overall Sigma battle, pretty good. Definitely the best Sigma battle in the entire Super Nintendo series, I would say. Definitely. And then at the end, as if that wasn't enough, you get this final fuck you of a freaking like head. What is that? Is it like a hologram? It looks, or like a wireframe? What? How is that even like existing? Like, I know there's robots or whatever in this world, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I can dig robots, but where? It doesn't follow that there can be floating hologram heads that, like, you know, can destroy the world. And I don't follow that. A computer virus is still inside of a computer. So yeah, get Mega Man X dropping the D-bomb there, big time. Now he's got you, X. What are you gonna do? Can't do shit. Ah, Zero. Looks like all that scouting around finally paid off. Yes. Looks like Zero has countered Sigma with some arbitrary geometry of his own. I have geometry that perfectly encapsulates your head. You're powerless now. Not even gonna try to figure out how that works, but it does. Dang, you can tell those two geometries are really struggling against each other. Get out through that hole right there. This screen flashes on the thing there once. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's just, I don't know. Whatever. So here we are, finally at the ending. I really enjoy this ending song and the one after it. Definitely two of the best tracks in the game, which isn't saying much, but that's not, you know, no need to go there. So I actually really like this story they have here, this little monologue here at the end. But towards the last part of it, I can't help but wonder if Zero kind of starts to feel awkward. Like, yeah, buddy, I'm right here. You know, I kind of picture like the narrator God voice reading this from above. But anyways, kind of cool. So for the rest of the video, I want to talk about this game and where it fit in as a game in time and what it means. Okay. So this game came out in late 95 or early 96, somewhere in there. It was one of the very, very, very last Super Nintendo games. This game, Super Mario RPG, Donkey Kong Country 3, they were all among the last games on the system. Tales of Fantasia, if you're into all that. But when you look at it from those contexts, it's easy to understand why this game kind of feels like it could have been better. I mean, there's certain areas, like I'd say, like the last half after the mini boss in Neon Tiger stage, and there's some other examples too, where it just feels like they just ran out of time. It's interesting because if you were like me and you grew up on Nintendo, you might have been lucky enough to have a subscription to Nintendo Power. And by the time Nintendo Power actually got around to reviewing this game, they were already a good 2 or 3 months into reviewing just about nothing but 64 games by that point. And the PlayStation 3 had, PlayStation 1 had already been out before that even. That has to... how do you make a game under those circumstances? There's already 3D games out there. But that's why I really like this game. It represents the end of an era. After this game, for a time, sure, they still had Game Boy games that were 2D and everything. And they make more 2D games now, kind of as a return to roots. But after this game came out, all anybody wanted was 3D. It was new. It was unlike anything ever before. Like Crash Bandicoot. If you like Crash Bandicoot, whatever. Don't listen. Close your ears for like 5 seconds. But what a terrible game. But it's 3D, and you're jumping around. I don't know. People were just fascinated by it. If you go back and play it today, it doesn't hold up at all. But this game's still like really fun. I feel like if you put this in a kid's hands, they would have a good time with it still. But yeah, this transition from 2D to 3D, it's never going to happen again, Like, there's never going to be another shift like that in our lifetime. Maybe never again. Who knows where technology's going, but I don't want to go there right now. So yeah, I guess if I had to rank Mega Man X games, I would say that this one's probably my favorite for those reasons. Capcom didn't go out like punks on the Super Nintendo, that's for sure. They could have just as easily said screw it and just turned something out, because I'm sure they were already focused on the PlayStation at the time and the newer technologies. Not sure when the Dreamcast came out, but I think it was around this time. There's already those other shitty Sega systems. Dreamcast was cool though, I didn't mean that. But anyways, this song that's been playing here is my favorite song in the game. It's just so satisfying to hear this song after you finally get here, even though it's only like a minute long. It loops well though. I like that about it. There's Sigma. This game had the best Sigma fights by far, definitely. Sigma virus. It is a mystery. See the city still standing back there in the peace of night. Lights are on in the skyscrapers. People are working late. But everything seems to be back to normal. Things have returned to a sense of normalcy. No, Capcom, thank you. Thank you for a great game. Well, I guess that's the end of the LP. I hope if you stuck it out this long that you enjoyed it. And have fun.